The A Show.
Where smart is the new sexy.
And now, April Hunter.
Woo! Welcome to the A Show, everybody. I hope you're staying warm. This is something, isn't it? Holy hell!
It's cold as shit.
Until like 5 minutes ago, I was wearing a robe and thick slippers, and I'm still wearing my thick slippers.
I was gonna say, I bet you got those on. I got wool socks on. I got a blankie right here.
It's ridiculous. But hey, welcome. Up until gosh, I seriously, I was like, I don't know if I feel like doing the show. I'm kind of cold. My face is frozen. So Florida's participating in winter this year, and
yes,
yay for us. What kind of major award do we get?
Oh, we want it all. I want the fireplace. I want the crackle and everything. I want the hot cocoa.
Yeah, I want a leg lamp in my window.
Hey,
so,
I just want to tell you, I got this awesome blanket for Christmas. It's got Snoopy on it, and guess what I've been using?
Yeah. Well, there you go.
Yeah,
yeah, we have a very special show for you guys tonight, you guys and ladies. We have on a horror and dark fantasy writer, Maria Dougherty-De Vivo. Hopefully I am pronouncing that correctly. She is an amazing author, and we'll be bringing her on shortly. She's also pretty freaking hot too, but that has nothing to do with her amazing talent. I'm just saying. But she is freaking fascinating. I've worked on multiple conventions with her at this point, and I'm so glad she's able to join us because she's had so much going on. So trying to catch up with her and get some time, has been challenging, but worth the wait. So in the meantime, I wanted to say hi first before we bring her on. So who do I see in here? And sorry for being late, but like I said, I was trying to defrost my face.
Did she do a good job, everybody?
Oh, no.
Did she defrost her face?
No.
We don't have heat in Florida. We don't freaking have it. And if we do, we don't turn it on because it costs twice as much as running your AC.
Actually,
anybody doesn't know that about Florida.
My HVAC guy said it actually costs 4 times as much. And
I believe that.
Our AC is brutal down here. Like my average electric bill down here when there's no AC is $300. So you can imagine, like when there's AC, we're talking like $500 bills in the summer.
We just pile up on blankets.
For some biddies, join my patreon.com, April Hunter. Mwah. Help you keep these titties nice and cool or warm.
Warm.
So I see James. So what's up? Yeah, you should post your physique pictures every week. That will keep you. That keeps you on point when you're doing a fitness competition or physique competition.
I want to see him.
Yeah,
I want to see him.
Alex. Hello. Good evening. We got, let's see, there's James. We have Michael. Hello. Let's see who else is in here. Chang Fu, you're here early. Hello. Allie. Hi. Winona. Hi. Lon.
Oops, sorry.
What's up? Hope you're doing well. Cool. Awesome, dude. Did you bring, yeah, you did. Look at you.
Holy cow.
I covered up the titties. I'm sorry.
Oh, you better take them out for a moment. There you go.
I know. We got it. We're covered. Who else is here? Kenny Powers. What's up? People are trickling in. They're slow. They're filling up. So thank you for joining us. We appreciate you all coming in. If there's anybody lurking in the background, please sign in. Please share the show. It does help. I know we get our lurkers. We love when you sign in and say hi. Mm-hmm. We love when you share this to your social media. It does help us. So is there anything we need to talk about before we bring Miss De Vivo on?
No, let's do this.
All righty. I did hear something.
What's that?
Cool, awesome, dude. Covered or not, pec flexing never stops being sexy.
Keep throwing it.
Cool.
Keep throwing this
there you go. Few or not, those biddies never stop being appreciated. So,
there's one good question in here by Lon already. I'm going to hold that.
Oh my God, Lon.
I know. Wait, let's wait.
If a person watches a horror movie in the restaurant, does it scare the shit out of them?
I don't know. That's a really good question. There's a bear shit in the woods? I don't know.
I heard something that we'll discuss later or on a future show, but I wanted to share this with you guys just because I thought it was insightful and interesting. Because so many of us kind of look back on the things that we've done and the person we used to be, and with sometimes horror, regret, sadness, like, oh man, So this is something that I think will be helpful. The quote is, "Forgive yourself for not knowing what only time could teach." No, forgive yourself for not knowing what only time could teach.
I like that.
Before you could be wise, you first had to be young and stupid. So
Yeah,
we'll talk
true.
about that more in the future. But without further ado, I am going to bring on Maria. Let me intro her first. So Maria writes horror and dark fantasy for both young adult and adult audience. And trust me, it is adult. It's hot. Each of her series has been Amazon bestsellers and have won multiple awards since 2012. So she's definitely a pro in this. A lover of all things dark, twisted, demented, the worlds she creates are fantastical and immersive. Get swept away in the lands of elves, zombie, angels, demons, and witches, but not all in the same place. Maria takes great pleasure in warping the comfort factor in her readers' minds. Just when you think you've reached a safe space in her stories, she snaps you back into her twisted reality. So she also writes very well, very conversational, very easy to read, but not simple. So what was it? It was it was the guy from, I want to say Cuba, but the Keys. Fantastic writer, Ernest Hemingway. Hemingway always said you should never send your readers to a dictionary or a thesaurus to be a great. So,
yeah, that's right. That's exactly how
I agree. I remember reading a book from somebody recently. I actually put it down because he wrote so
intricate.
Yeah, and I have 2 degrees in English, and I couldn't wrap my head around what the fuck he was trying to say. So I can't read this. I want to read it, but I can't read it. So I'm not spending all my time looking things up. So I love when somebody writes, so you can immerse yourself and lose yourself in it. So first person, all of that. So let's bring Maria on.
Thanks, Michael.
Yeah.
Hi.
She is Maria Dougherty-De Vivo. Oh, she's not. There we go.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you. Welcome. Thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me.
We're excited. I know it's been really hard to kind of get you on, so it's nice to have you here. I know you just got back from a cruise, right? So you must be kind of vacation tired, like adjusting, right?
Yeah, I mean, we got home pretty early yesterday, so I kind of like napped the whole day. So I think I'm all right. I'm okay.
Okay, good. So tell us a little bit about you. Now you're a local here to us, so some of our people here have actually gotten a chance to meet you. So you have a big following here in Tampa Bay. Tell us about your books. Like, when did you start writing?
So, all right, like every author will say this. You start out when you're little. You always, something happens when you're younger and it like kind of just sparks something and you're like, I'm always a writer. I've always been a writer. But I didn't start writing professionally until like 2011. My daughter was a couple of years old and I was like, I said to my husband, I'm so fulfilled. Like, we have a great marriage. We got a great house. I love where we live. I got a great job. We got a great kid. I'm like, but there's one thing in my life that I just feel like I haven't accomplished yet. And I want to be a writer. Like, I have these ideas in my head. And he's like, just fucking do it. And
I like this guy.
Right.
Yeah, me too.
Right. So simple. You would think like, oh yeah, just do it. So I made it work and I wrote my first book, and that was a nightmare in and of itself. But once I got that under my belt, it was like, all right, let's do this. We're making this happen. So the rest is kind of history.
What was your
That's
first book?
yeah.
I'm just curious.
Oh, my first book was The Pole Elf. Young adult, dark fantasy, elves at the North Pole. They mine coal for the naughty kids at Christmas.
I have a thing for young adult, and I don't know what my problem is, but that's my favorite genre to read. I just,
Really?
yeah, I ripped through just a couple of years. I ripped through all the Hunger Games books, and I gotta tell somebody I'm reading Hunger Games. They're like, "What's wrong with you?" I just read The Girl Who Drank the Moon. I don't know if you're familiar with that, but it's fantasy with witches and everything else, and I just love that genre. I read another one called Unplugged about a kid that goes to camp and he's forced to unplug a rich kid. It's almost like an Elon Musk's son gets sent, tech bro bajillionaire kid gets sent to a wellness camp and forced to unplug all his stuff and participate in things like cold plunges and yoga, and he's finding every way possible to try and get plugged back in again, and he's just stirring up shit. And I just love young adult. I love it. I don't know why, but I don't know if it just brings back the childhood I never really had, because I spent so much time being an adult ever since the age of 12, because I had my parents were just absentee parents, and I was raising my own brother basically. So going back and reading these books brings me back to a place that I don't know. So I don't know, but I love it. I love that genre.
I think a lot of that happened to a lot of us Gen Xers, where we were left to our own devices. I'm the oldest of 5, and my youngest brother is 12 years younger than me. So at 12, I was like second mom, because mom had skatey 8 kids, and it was like, okay, I'm changing diapers and teaching my little sister, to go to the bathroom on the potty. And, so we did have a lot of responsibility. So I do see where young adult books would resonate, with us adults. Yeah, absolutely. I get it.
Yep. So I love that though. Yeah. I need to grab some of yours.
Well, next time I see you.
Yes.
And that's coming up soon, actually. Are you going to be at Tampa Bay Screams again? I think I saw that. No?
Are you sure?
No.
Oh.
You're not doing the one on Mother's Day?
It's Mother's Day weekend.
Sorry.
Yeah.
No, it's cool. Like, so last year, 2025, that was like my biggest year yet. Like, with all the events that I did, I was literally on the road every weekend. Like, I was in different cities doing this, that, the other thing. I stayed in Florida, and at the end of the year, last month, my husband and I had to like come to Jesus, and he was like, I feel like I never see you. And we work 5 days a week, and then you're gone on all the weekends. When are we ever hanging out? Like, when are we? So I'm like, all right. So I kind of had to scale back my calendar for 2026.
Understandable.
That makes sense.
And that was one of the dates. Well, hopefully we can see you at another thing. Well, you just had a book signing, right? And that was actually in Newport. And it was on a weekend. We couldn't make it. So how did that go for you?
Yeah. Okay. It was a first time show, and there's always a hit or miss with doing a first time show. They could either be like, or they could be like. So I just love getting on the bottom floor when there's a new promoter and they're excited about what they're doing. And it's like, all right, cool. We're going to make this grow. And I like being a part of that and helping them to like grow their brand. But I think it was fine. I always have fun. I'm, all my writer friends and lots of the fans come out and they're like, book 3. And I'm like, oh, okay. There's 7 of them, but okay. But it's always a good time. Always a good time.
So
that's awesome.
So what book was your favorite to write? Are you partial to anything there?
I'm not supposed to say that, but I am. I actually, so I'll tell you this, right? This is my baby.
Okay.
Oh, this is my baby. Yes. New cover. Right. Exactly. Yes. Thank you. That was the first adult book that I ever wrote. Like, I wrote that book for me.
Mhm.
You know, like because I'm a middle school teacher. So up until I wrote Witch of the Black Circle, I had been writing kind of young adultish, new adultish, nothing too crazy or, weird shit, but nothing too overly sexual, sultry, right? And then I was like, like I gotta write something for Mama.
Mhm.
Mama needs something. And I had this idea in my head, and I just pulled from real life experiences and being a witchy woman, and there it is. So that's definitely that's my biggest and best seller. And obviously because of the content and the subject matter. And it's just me. There's a lot of me in that book. So yeah.
Would you want to
Well-
read us a little bit later? No.
You have to put me on the spot, April.
Is that the
Maybe,
excerpt you
maybe.
sent me, Eva?
Yeah, and actually, I there's a couple things I want to say that I'm a slow reader, but when I find something I really like that's easy to read, and when I say easy, your book reads. You wrote it as a Gen Xer, and that was one of the things I said to April right away. Holy shit, this is written by Gen X. You can tell by the writing, and I appreciate that because it's true writing. It's not. You didn't change the words to please a publisher. Okay. Yeah, you wrote it from you as you talking. And I appreciate that very much. And you could tell it was like, oh, this is a Gen X book. It was written by that. So, and I also like some of the things in the book that you don't ever see. And I was showing April this. I was like, look at the artwork like in between the chapters. You don't see that.
No, that was
and I
the
appreciated
designs,
that.
too.
And I actually got this book from you in 24. And I knew when I saw you the last time at Screams, I'm like, I know I have your book. I know I do. And I went digging for it, not just because you were coming on, because like I know I meant to read this book. Where was it? I went and dug it out. I'm like, oh my God, that was 24. And so as soon as I picked it up, I haven't stopped. And then when I saw you were doing the thing in Newport Richie, I'm like, darn, we're not available that day. I would have popped by because I live close to there. So I would have stopped by and at least said hi and said, hey, read the book. That's why I did that online. I'm like, yeah, I'm reading it right now. And so, but yeah, I appreciate that. And I love it. And your writing style, if that's continuous through all your books, I can't wait to read what else you have.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And welcome everybody joining us. Hi, Demon. What's up?
Hey,
God,
what's
sorry.
up,
So I have to write. I don't know. I write from the heart, and I know every author does, right? But like
Right.
you said, like I wasn't trying to please anybody. I wasn't trying to like fit a trope or like write to the market, because a lot of people do that. And yeah, people do that, and they're very, very successful, and they blow up, and they're millionaires and whatever. And I am not. I'm still working my day job, which is fine. Totally fine, because I'm doing
Aren't we
what I
all?
love. Right.
Aren't we all? Right. Yes.
Yeah. So
I came right from work here. Yes.
I feel like, I write what I'm passionate about, and I write what I know, and I write it in a way that I would want to read it. I'm a shitty reader. All of my friends are authors, and I feel so bad because I'm like, I haven't read your book. I'm so sorry. I want to, but I haven't. And like, it's just because I don't like reading. I don't. So if I'm going to read a book, I want to write a book that I want to read. Does that make sense?
Yes, I have a hard time with
Totally.
it. I'm so picky because I guess I've got a touch of ADD. So something
too.
has to grab me. And I
Mhm.
also have very little time. So people will send me their stuff all the time. And it's like, sorry, if it's not good, I'm not into it. I'll read the same paragraph like 17 times and not absorb what it is.
Yep.
So I need for it to grab me
Mhm.
to do it. Speaking of, I'm going to read this.
Yeah, please do.
Here's their entry, the chapter 1. It's got to grab me right away too. Chapter 1. This is what I like. The beginning has the time and date and everything. I really dig that.
I like that. Yeah.
So this is Thursday, December 29th, 1983. First Northport Assembly of God, Northport, Long Island, New York, night of the waning crescent moon. My mother believes I was cursed by a witch. Not exactly an ideal way to introduce myself to a room full of strangers in a church, but it's not like I haven't said it before. It's not like I haven't tried to assert myself as a dominant, badass new chick or been the sweet, naive little girl that no one would suspect of setting a fire in the girls' bathroom. This was a game of never-ending church meet and greets, and I learned learned how to play it long ago. It's all the same to me, really. The small new town with its idyllic, gated communities and good, wholesome families that go to church at the appropriate times and drink lemonade on their sprawling front porches and vacation out east to their expensive summer homes for 2 weeks in July. It's the scent of old money wafting in the air every time and that's what I've got there. That's my first page there. You sent me the second one?
Oh yeah, I sent, I think, 15 pages.
Oh, you sent it sideways though.
No, it came out of 3.
Okay, every time they suck their teeth at me in disdain and exhale with an uninterested, that's nice, dear. Been there, done that. And I absolutely hate moving to a new neighborhood. So I like stuff that starts out like that. I want to know what's going to happen.
Yep. Yeah, it grabbed me right away. So yeah, I was down at April's house and I'm reading. I'm like, you got to hear this. And I'm reading a few pages, then I'm sending her pages. So anyway, I'm just trying to tell her it's a good book. But
thank you.
Yeah, in school we learned. I went to Full Sail University for writing for entertainment. So it was basically adapting everything to entertainment. Whether it was a lot of script writing too, like adapting books into scripts and writing, transmedia campaigns and writing for online content. And we learned journalism, which is really not necessary anymore because all of it is shock headlines and AI doing that now. But it was interesting how many books they are not adapting to film, looking in lieu of for prequels and sequels and remakes. It's kind of depressing. And I will say that because Alex is asking, question for Miss DeVivo, is there a chance of your novels being adapted into movies or a series using the source materials? So everybody hopes for that, right?
Yeah. I think every author's dream is to see their work either on television or up on the big screen, right? Like I'd take either one. I don't care. Like it definitely is a dream. Is there a chance? There's always a chance. There's always a possibility. Fingers crossed. I mean, right. I've dabbled in script writing. I've kind of taught myself a little bit here, a little bit there. But I work for Four Horsemen Publications. So if there was going to be anything, it would have to kind of be through them. But everything's, open, just I'm waiting for somebody to knock on the door and be like, hey.
Well, that's always a good thing. Hopefully at some point, I mean, the way this reads to me is it would be an awesome, even a short series.
Yeah.
Series. Yeah. That's what I was kind of like working on. Yeah.
Yeah. I think every writer has a 2-part wish. First, that they would grab their material and put it into a film or series. And then secondly, that they would retain some type of control so that some idiot producer doesn't come in and be like, oh, we have to use these people who resemble the characters, not even a slight bit. And then let's change all of the main part of the story to this. And then let's also put all these products in here because we're being paid by advertising. So, and then do we really want to use that ending? Let's change the ending to something else. Like, did you see what happened? Like World War Z.
Oh, God.
The book World War Z was nothing like the movie World War Z.
Now say I never read the book, so I don't know that.
Yeah.
But
the book was amazing.
Phenomenal. Mm-hmm. And then we watched the movie and I'm like,
what? Huh? They took China out of the equation completely. I'm like,
totally.
What happened?
I got it. I didn't know that. All right.
Oh, so yeah. The book was amazing.
Okay. All right. Good to know. Is it, and again, see, I'm that person that has a tough time reading a hard read. So maybe I should pick it up.
Ready Player One.
I didn't know that was a book either. So I don't know.
Yeah. Really good. Really. That book was so good. It's one of my favorite books. When I watched the movie, I was just like,
Alex had a follow-up question about that. It's like, what about graphic comic?
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah. Good idea, Alex.
Mhm.
Set
No,
off a light bulb there.
so I will say this. I am working right now on a short story script for an anthology for a comic. Never done it before, never written a comic script before. So this is like, uh, I'm a little shaky. But it's coming along. So that's in the cards. So then once I get done with that, my zombie series, The Altered, it's infected. They're cured zombie, whatever. Um, there are so many possibilities to adapt that into graphic novel form. So that's going to be like my next side project because it definitely fits the medium. So I will be working on something to do with that, and then maybe something with the witches and a comic booklet, like a little side story kind of add on.
I love it.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Cool.
One of the things that we learned in school, because we did have comics and graphic novels classes, was you should always be writing comic books. So always have comic books and graphic novels out there because that's where they're going to for material.
Really?
Yeah. So they're lazy. So you're heading the right direction probably. So
Okay. That's
you know,
good to know.
anime, comics, graphic novels.
Yeah. Yeah. And I'd never thought of it like in that context before. And a good friend of mine, he approached me and he's like, he does comics and he's like, are you just gonna write something for me yet or what? Like, what are we doing here? And I'm like, I didn't know you wanted me to write for you. And he's like, yeah, just come on, give me something. And from there, my head just kind of went, you know, and the possibilities are definitely on the table.
I think that's really smart. So
I was just stalking your page, actually, your event page. It looks
my
like you
event
have, yes, I was just looking at your event page. You do have some things coming up soon here. So if people want to like catch your books at looks like in a book fair in Brooksville, this weekend?
Saturday.
And you're going to be in Buena Vista the following weekend? Am I seeing that right? Cool.
Yeah.
On both sides of it.
That's like a romance, smutty book lovers. There will be other genres there, but like the main it's called Feel the Heat, and it's in Orlando, Lake Buena Vista, on the 31st and the 1st. Whole week.
Excellent. That's awesome.
What is your writing process? Like, I know the main thing with writing, right? You have people who are trained to write or degree to write, and then you have people who just have passion for it and they write. And ultimately, that's the thing that matters the most. Just doing it. Doesn't matter if you're educated or not. Just sitting down and making the time to do it is the most important thing. So whether you have $50,000 worth of debt from a degree or not. So what is your process? How
do
you make time? Because you obviously have a day job and a family, you've got a kid. And for all the people out there who have maybe a book in them or story to tell, how do you make time to do it?
You have to be very disciplined. Like, if you can think about it all you want, you can plan it out all you want, you can dream about it all you want, but if you don't actually carve out time, it's never going to happen because it's hard. It's not an easy thing to do. So with that being said, during the school year, I'm a teacher. I teach 7th grade middle school English.
That's
my passion. Yes, it is. They're crazy, but I'm crazy, so we're a good fit. During the school year, I set a limit, right? So I write 3 nights a week after school. And I set it at 1,000 words. So I'm like, all right, my chapters are about 3,000 to 4,000 words each. So if I can knock out a chapter in a week, I'm golden. Now, come the summertime, I'll write 3 days a week, all day long, and I'll knock out a chapter a day.
Okay.
So that schedule really, it works for me. It works for my family. It works, for me wanting to do whatever I want to do and my event schedule and whatnot. And I know that would work for other people, but just to have, you have to carve it out.
Do you edit while you write, or do you just write freely and worry about all that later? Oh, okay.
I just write because, you could get caught up in that. If you're actively editing while you're writing, you're going to go 2 steps forward and then 3 steps back, and then you're playing catch up constantly. My daughter, she's 16. She's also a published author. And I got to say, she's 1,000 times better than me. I'm so jealous. But she does that. And I'm constantly telling her, dude, stop editing while you're writing. So she's slowly getting out of that habit. It's it doesn't have to be perfect the first time. That's what your editor's for. That's what you get beta readers and alpha readers and just write
That's
it.
when you're like, dude, can you read my book?
Yeah.
You become the friend that you do. Yeah, exactly.
Right. Well, oh my God, if I have a friend of mine or just people in general, oh, can you help me? Can you read my book? And I'm like, I'll try.
Yeah, again, with the Hemingway, right? What is it? Write drunk, edit sober.
Write drunk.
Can't do it at the same time, right? Write drunk,
right.
edit sober.
It's so true, though. It's so true. Because and then sometimes when you are sober and then you go back and edit, you're like, oh man. Sometimes it's brilliant. And you're like, wow.
I know every year for January, I'm just my New Year's resolution is to start drinking or just drink more.
Just drink more.
Every year I fail. I fail. I don't do it. I'm just I don't like the taste of alcohol.
It's got to be certain drinks I'm down with.
Oh, no.
I have no comment.
I know. I can slam a shot. Every so often, but yeah.
Oh, see, that's not me.
Oh no! Oh, I just want the quickest way to get to the just fast. No, fewer calories. Least amount of calories, least amount of damage. Just do it.
When you carve out that time to write, does your household go on shutdown for an hour? Do you have a hiding spot? What do you do?
Do you sit in the closet with a desk and go how do you get the
earbuds or?
I sit in the closet for other things, but we won't talk about that.
Sure. You can talk about it here. We can talk about anything.
Feel free. This is a safe space.
It is a safe space. Whatever the fuck you want on here.
Shut down. They're very respectful because it's just my husband and my daughter. We're relatively quiet people, except when we're listening to music or watching TV, whatever. My husband will just sit next to me, and he'll be on his phone. And it's he's the emotional support, and he's very quiet. And he's I don't want to bother you.
It's the dog.
Yeah. And coincidentally, my daughter's in her room writing. Okay. So we're just a house full of writers.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
It is cool.
Nice. Yeah.
So when you go back to edit yourself, do you do it I may have missed that. Do you go once a month and go back through and say, should I edit a little bit? No, you don't.
No, I just write it out, and then my husband is my alpha reader, so I give it as soon as I'm done, I give it to him. I'll print it out and I give it to him, and I'm like, here, read, edit, and he'll sit down and and then he'll give it back to me, and then I'll go in and make adjustments, and then if I see, I want to change this, switch that, then I'll do that. Yeah,
that's smart.
And then it goes off to my publisher. Yeah.
Okay.
I like it. That's cool.
It's a well-oiled machine at this point because I've been doing it for so long. So it's just kind of natural.
Yeah. 14 years, right? You've been doing this 14 years. That's pretty amazing.
Yeah. It's crazy to think,
Yeah. Winona says, I feel like the same goes for art. Some of the best work comes from being either drunk or manic as fuck.
Yeah.
We're both, right?
Or
Well,
both,
there's a
or
thing. They say
both.
crazy artists, right? There's a reason why crazy and creative are linked. The same chemicals that make you crazy are the same ones that make you creative.
It's
So-
true. It really is. Yeah.
Yeah. But
So when you get an idea, like let's say you're, at school, you're doing your day job, and all of a sudden an idea comes to your head about a book. Do you like have notes and you write shit down? Okay.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I'll be like, all right, guys, give me a sec, and then I'll go to my phone and I'll like, write it in my phone.
after telling them they can't have their phones.
Right. They're like, Mr. Vivo, what are you doing? I'm like, guys, I gotta work, man. I'm working.
Good
Or like
for you.
the best is when like I give a test or they're writing an essay or whatever it is. If they're doing seat work, I'll sit at my desk and I'm just handwriting notes down on a back of like an attendance record or something. And yeah, I have zero fucks to give. Like if it comes here, it's got to come out.
Oh yeah, I wrote up napkins on
Yeah.
anything, any piece of whatever. I've scratched
I
it in a
write on
tinfoil.
my hand at work too if I got to do it right away. It's on the hand, on the arm, old school. Just it comes off later. Yeah.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
So War Demon says something that I find that is kind of common across the thing. He says, "I wish I had the attention to read a book or remember books exist." And this seems to be more and more of a struggle for people, not just Chris, but a lot of people. We see them where you ask them what they're reading right now. They're like, "Oh, I've never read a book," or "I haven't read a book in so long." I'm sure you've noticed that as well. Fewer and fewer people read these days, and it's frustrating when you're a writer to hear that, but it's really frustrating also to understand that you can really make people dumb and repeat history by not knowing all the things that we should know. So what is your opinion on that?
It starts in the home.
Okay.
And the current state of the education system is not helping anything.
And you say this as part of the education system.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. So we have a pacing calendar and this curriculum that is boring as fuck. Right. So
is this a child left behind thing where you just dumb it down and slow it down for lowest common denominator? So the smart kids suffer because their brains go too fast, so they get bored and they start fucking off and doing their own thing and getting in trouble.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah. I said it. You didn't say it.
Yes. No, I did not say that. No, I did not say that. But we've gone away from reading whole novels in school. It is now chunks, excerpts, and articles, and a lot of nonfiction, which is fine. The kids need to be exposed to nonfiction, but they don't need to be exposed to like Teddy Roosevelt's inauguration speech, because what does a 12-year-old kid have to make a connection to? Like they're not reading full books. We read one book in 7th grade, one. Wow. And I'm not even going to tell you what it is. Yeah, it is.
Wait, no, tell me what it is. Tell me what it is.
No, I'll tell you off camera, because it's embarrassing. It's embarrassing. And it's sad.
A lot of these kids read it like a 6th grade level too, like even as they're older. I mean, or younger. It's awful.
Low. It's low.
American kids. Sorry, let me differentiate that, because people
I know
are from all over. Yeah, American kids read at a terrible level.
They're not being exposed to literature where they could be like, oh,
they're illiterate. They're illiterate. Yes.
Right.
Okay.
And they have no idea when you say, oh, well, what kinds of books do you like to read? What genres do you like to read? They're like, I don't know. And okay, part of it is being a teenager, and I get that.
I don't know. I read all the time when I was a teenager. Like I read all the Judy Blume books. All of them.
Yeah.
I read all the
Katie
Stephen
Gibbs'
King books when I wasn't supposed to. My dad would leave them around, and I was reading Pet Cemetery and Cujo. I had no business reading that stuff. I was like, oh my God.
I read science and nerd stuff.
Yeah.
Right. I had no
was an
business reading
escape.
Flowers in the Attic.
Oh,
It was an
my
escape.
God. I read every V.C. Andrews book, all of them.
Yep.
Yeah. I'm like, why am I
So-
reading about incest when I'm 12 years old? Because there's nothing else to do around here.
Right. There's nothing else to do. So
Right.
hey, here we are. And I think though it even goes further back because incest. Well,
Well, I mean, come on, Chris and Kathy, man. Chris and Kathy.
I know, it's true. Parents are not actively reading to their children either. So instilling that love of the written word from a very, very young age, like let's read a bedtime story when, right before you go to sleep. It's not like that anymore. And I know like part of the reason why I wanted to be a writer was my dad. He would sit me down, he would read me everything. He'd read me the backs of freaking cereal boxes and magazines and news. Oh, it was always a newspaper. Always a newspaper.
Or National Geographic.
Nat
Nat Geo.
I love the pictures. Yeah. But he would read, and
We saw
so it
Nat
was like-
Geo titties. Nat Geo titties. They were everywhere.
Nat Geo titties. Yeah.
Sorry, I just had to interject with that.
No, because I know what you're saying because it's so true. It's like hashtag facts. Like that was a
Everybody
thing.
knows. Past a certain age, everybody knows that.
Yeah, it was a thing, right? It was scandalous. Oh my
Yep.
God, I'm 6 years old and I'm seeing Nat Geo titties. So yeah, I don't think parents are doing that with their kids anymore. They're not reading.
Yeah. Anyway. Actually, I have a few comments. Can I throw some things in?
Yeah.
Okay. War Demon, I want to get back to you on something you said here. So, as adults, and mind you, whatever happened when we were kids growing up at different things, and I know what you guys were talking about. I didn't read when I was a kid. I read some of that when I was older. But, I picked up the magazines or I read, science geeky stuff, whatever that was interesting me. Like when I came to Florida, I wanted to know about hurricanes because, when I was dumped into hurricanes down here and tornadoes. So I like to know what I was getting in the middle of. And I still am that way today. But my point to Chris is that, just because you're not sure or you don't think you have attention paid, you might. But maybe it's what that you're not picking something up. Maybe you just need to pick up a magazine with short topics and start in the beginning
Short
or
stories.
Short stories. Because I have a lot of
short stories to start with that.
Anthologies, yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
Look around, find an author that you enjoy, and then try short stories because it feels pretty good to finish one, and then you can move on to something else, and eventually you finish the book.
Right, and it might just be just pick things you like to learn about, or things look around. I'd like learning about these plants. Pick up a little plant book or a story. I don't know. I'm just throwing that out there. I'm not sure what you like, Chris, but maybe just try something like that. Even if it's an online article, you can print out and read. You're still reading. Believe it or not, you're still reading something. So,
and might I add, reading helps keep memory diseases away. It works out a part of your brain that helps keep dementia and Alzheimer's away. So the more we read, the healthier our brains get.
True.
So it's worthwhile. Yeah.
That I disagree with the library thing. There's a lot of libraries.
There's a lot of libraries. Yeah, if you look. Of course, it depends on where you are. Fernando, I'm not sure where you are. So where we are in Tampa Bay, we see a lot of them. We even have these
all over the place.
We have these little box things on the streets called little lending libraries where you take a book, you leave a book. So
there's so many of them now, more than I've ever seen before.
Yeah. So in Florida, there are a lot of libraries, or as we say in Pennsylvania, libraries.
Yeah.
Where Pennsylvania takes the English language, bashes it over the head, drags it on the street, and calls it something else. But
yeah, I think I did say library. Sorry.
Library.
Yeah.
So,
it just comes out that way. I can't say it anymore.
Oh, Allie says go to Five Below if you want to read some books. I forgot about that. They do have an entire, it looks like a book fair that they have an entire table full of books.
Remember, you can go to thrift stores too. Oh my God,
fair
thrift stores have
$7.
book fairs.
book fair was
Or-
$7. You were like, oh yeah,
I'm going.
Or
Yeah,
in Florida, there's so many conventions, right? There's a convention for everything. And there's a convention for everything happening every weekend. I found that like if I do a book convention where there's like a whole bunch of authors, there's a lot of you can find a lot of indie authors, a lot of local authors at these book fairs and book festivals. And so you're helping local creatives and you're getting exposed to a whole bunch of different genres and maybe finding your next favorite book.
We have one coming up is it March? The Clearwater
Clearwater,
Comic Con, but it's specifically for authors.
Yes.
You've
Yes.
been on that one, right?
I've done that one, but this year I'm going to be on that day, the same day, I'm going to be in Fort Myers doing
suck.
the Southwest. Sorry. I'm doing the Southwest Florida reading festival.
I actually
Okay.
saw that. I just didn't mention it. 'Cause I'm like, oh, she's not going to be there. Yeah.
It sucks.
But yes, they do have author specifics. There was we were supposed to be at one up in Jacksonville too. They had that new one up there. Were you on that one? You were on that one that you said.
No,
Oh.
I wasn't there. No.
Yeah, so
But they're getting very popular.
Yeah, and it helps the authors too to buy directly from them. Because honestly, when you guys know I've published a couple of books and like I'm on Barnes and Noble, I'm on Amazon, everything else. Like I might get a royalty check every couple of months for I think $7. So sometimes 25 if I'm doing good. I mean, they just don't pay you anything. So it's nice when you show up in person and purchase directly from an author. We can give you a deal, we can sign it for you, and the money comes to us. So I appreciate that.
That is correct.
And I do love like meeting people and having that conversation about writing and helping prospective writers and just talking about literature shit. I love that. So that's another benefit of these convention type things.
Who's your biggest influence? Who have you learned a lot from?
As far as like author?
Well, kind of anything, how to get where you are now, whether that's business or writing or kind of anything. I don't know if you're the Wiccan, influence. Who would be your biggest influence or influences or inspirations?
I get a lot of inspiration from so many different places. Like I said, my dad was the one who inspired me to actually be a writer. My husband inspired me to get up off of my ass and do what I have to do. Man, I mean, I as far as the business aspect of things, I was winging it. Like I kind of just did it on my own. I didn't really have anybody to hold my hand, which is kind of like sucks. But that's why I try to like help others. Like, okay, if I had somebody to help me along the way, this is what I would have said to do. And I mean, because I know I had so many missteps along the way, over the years. I would have done things so entirely different. I think when I hooked up with my current publisher now, Four Horsemen, that was the turning point. That definitely solidified things and I knew like where I needed to go. So I would say like my Four Horsemen family, they've definitely been like that cheerleader, go-getter,
That's awesome. I mean, having your support.
Yeah, we're all a big family. Like if you see, I travel with another author from Four Horsemen, Steve Altier. He writes paranormal mystery. He's local. We go everywhere together. Like he's like, oh, you're doing Scaradise. Oh, you're doing this show. Oh, you're doing that. Yeah, let's go. Let's. My success is your success. Your success is my success. Like we're a team.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
that is awesome. Plus, it's always more fun to do those conventions with other people that you can share space with. Sometimes those days get long. Sometimes,
Joke, and I ain't getting any younger. So
yeah. So
nice though. Yeah, go ahead.
No, go ahead, Eva.
No. You got your normal questions too. You didn't throw it out yet. your little
Which-
list of questions.
I was going to say, if you could give your younger self more some advice, what would that be?
Start earlier.
I figured that was one of it. I was wondering. No, okay.
Start earlier. Okay, so advice from my younger self, don't doubt yourself because you fucking can do it. Like, duh. Right? So stop putting shit off and just fucking do it. And
Okay, all younger selves out there, listen to that.
yeah, just like stop. Like stop. The imposter syndrome, all that it's bullshit. Just do it.
Yeah, Nike was really on to something with that slogan, just do it.
Yeah.
They really were.
No, I mean, look, $1 billion, right?
Right.
Multi-billion. So yeah.
They're telling you.
Mm-hmm. But check Maria out on. I saw you have the link tree. I've been running along the bottom for Linktree Maria De Vivo, and you can also check her out on her website mariadevivo.com, which has everything on there. As I've been stalking you while we're talking, besides your social medias, and so you can check out where she's going to be, so you can meet her in person, get a signed book in person, and you can find where to purchase her books and all her books. So I saw you're releasing The Elf. Did I see that?
It's already out. Oh yeah, it was re-released, the whole trilogy. Yep, The Altered was re-released, and then I've got my Angels and Demons. So I have 3 trilogies, and then my one sub.
Nice. Well, I love your stuff, and it's nice to have local people, local writers too on here, and all around. I didn't know you were a teacher till today, so I think that's pretty freaking awesome.
I know.
Yeah, it pays the bills.
Yeah, we understand that. So you got to do what you got to do. So you've been a teacher a long time?
Yeah, this is year 26.
Wow.
Oh, gosh.
Ooh. Impressive.
Question for you. I always see people ragging on the younger generations. It seems like the fun thing to do is to rag on, Gen Z and Gen Alpha and all this other stuff. What's your opinion? What is the good that you're seeing with all of them? I know Gen Z has already graduated, but still, they're out there already. But because I personally don't think that things are as bad as people say with these generations. I just think the generations are a lot smarter than we were in many aspects. Like, they're not dumb enough to work for corporations that are going to get rich off of their backs. So they're choosing more wisely because they don't want to sell their souls and waste their time. So I think they're a little bit, for us, it was just like, let's just make some money so we can go drink. For them, it's like, hey, life's important here. There's a different element out here. Life could end at any minute. I'm not working for something unless it feeds my soul. So it feels like it's a different, you know what I mean?
Yeah, it definitely is.
So what are you seeing out there that's good, that's different, that, people love ragging on everybody? What do you see that's good?
Like you said, they're more self-aware as far as like, I'm going to do what's good for me. Now, some of that gets taken to the extreme and they're like, okay, I want to make rock sculptures, but I want to make $100,000 a year doing that, so like, but that's the extreme. But I feel like there is more of a self-care, self-awareness, more in tune with mental health. Okay. The younger generations, they don't drink and drug as much as ours did. Yeah. Right. So it's a health conscious type of thing. And I mean, look, let's be honest. Every generation that precedes comes before always rags. Gen X here, they all ragged on us. We were all witches and derelicts and punks and whatever,
Yeah.
And
no-gooders and devil worshippers, and
we were the devil worshippers.
Right. Our brains were going to rot out from playing video games. Remember?
Or we kept sniffing Aquanet. Yeah. And paint.
We're killing the ozone layer with our hairspray.
Holes in the all
we were destroying the. Yep.
Die
Yeah.
for
So
freaking
I
code.
think
Jeez.
it's natural for the prior generations to kind of rag on, but no, there definitely is a lot of good. They're the ones that are the smart ones. They're industrious in their own technological way. I mean, and the world is changing. I mean, we see it. AI, like it's the AI train, and it is not stopping.
Oh no, it's
So
just going to
they're
speed up.
taking, yeah, they're taking full advantage of all of that, and it's like we got to kind of change our mindset to keep up with that because they're all full steam ahead with that. Which to say AI is not a bad thing. I mean, there it does have its merit. However, for my field, the creative field, right? It's destroying a lot. But
It's detrimental.
yes,
Yeah.
but I don't like it's such a double-edged sword, right?
Yep.
We as Gen Xers, I feel like we have the knowledge of what it was blended with the knowledge of what it will be. We are technologically advanced in many ways, but yet we have that nostalgic to us. So that's why I kind of like being a Gen Xer, right?
Mhm.
But
Because we
the
live
Gen Zers,
half on and half off.
right,
Right.
exactly.
Or rather,
So
half
we
off and half
know
on. So
both worlds. We know both worlds.
yeah.
So the Gen Zers, they don't. All they know is I had an electronic device in my hand when I was 3 years old, which
That late?
my daughter well, my daughter was about 2.5,
I was
3,
gonna
right?
say, I thought it was a lot younger than that.
Yeah, it might be now. I don't know, but she's used that to her advantage. She is very industrious. She is very tech savvy. I mean, the girl taught herself how to do a PowerPoint when she was 6 years old. So like, God, it's 6, 7, as the kids say.
Okay, so it's funny when I went to Full Sail, I started in, gosh, let me think, 2000. Like I was there for like 3.5 years. So I graduated in 2019, and up to that point, during that, I remember somewhere in there they said, if you want to ensure your kids' future in this kind of a world with the internet and everything else, creativity. Teach them creativity, or get them no, this was then. They said human creativity will guarantee them a future because it can never be taught by machines. So they said everything else can be replaced, but human creativity will never be replaced. So get them into an art school because everything now is storytelling. Everything is visual. You're listening to music, visual, stories, everything. Everything is looking at a screen nonstop. And then a couple few short years later, AI came out and basically took almost every writer's job. So, Hollywood, spent like a year battling AI script writing. So it's interesting. Right. It's interesting. So, I mean, Hollywood has the money to battle script writing and protect it. Nobody else really does. So it's interesting that was the very first thing that AI started vastly taking. I watched something shortly before we came on tonight about AI influencers, how these corporations are creating and have created. A lot of people don't even know they're following influencers that are just AI. So they are strictly AI. They're controlled by corporations. There'll never be the human element to them where they can't control them. They'll push any narrative or any product they want. And then they're raking back like millions of dollars with these accounts. Right. So, and they don't have to worry about that influencer getting, a rape charge, or all of a sudden switching political affiliation, saying, I don't think this is right. So these are complete controlled entities. So it's very interesting. It's interesting to watch.
It's scary though.
It's, yeah, it can be. Or it can be a situation where it's what a privilege to be alive during this time to see so many changes.
Perspective, right? Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
Make sure we're writing the history so it gets written correctly.
Right, exactly.
Because those who are not literate, people who aren't reading, who aren't writing, those who are not literate will not be the ones putting the history down.
Right.
I watched a politician today. I don't know where you fall on this fence, but I watched a politician today state on social media. He was talking about how he put a meme up saying something about how one political side currently is asking for ID, and a lot of people had put up and said, "You guys asked for papers years ago with vaccination records just to go eat a meal or travel." And he responded, he goes, "Things that never happened for 500, Alex."
Ooh.
He said that never happened. We never asked for vaccination papers.
Stop.
He's a politician with the Democratic Party. He said they never ever asked for proof of vaccination to go anywhere or do anything. I was like, wait, is this are we living on multiple, like, what timelines? What's happening?
He gets the asshole award behind you.
I was like, wait a second. Are we on different timelines? Like, what kind of reality? I'm like, don't gaslight people. Don't lie.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wow.
Asking for ID, the surveillance state that's going on right now, I agree. It's ridiculous. Palantir, all this stuff going on right now, ridiculous. But don't pretend that you didn't force all the stuff, that people didn't lose their job. They couldn't travel. They were building camps. They had camps in some areas. They're building camps. They wouldn't let people go into restaurants. In some places you couldn't go in to buy groceries. So in England, if you didn't have a card, you couldn't go in to buy groceries and certain things. Like, you couldn't work. You couldn't do anything. They didn't even want you in the hospitals. Don't pretend like
don't even get me started with that.
This guy is
America too in some areas. Yeah.
It's depending on what state you're in. This guy's a politician who said it never happened. So if we are not literate, if we're not writing, if we're not reading and writing history, that guy is going to say it never happened, and that guy is going to rewrite our history.
Yep.
People like that.
That's crazy.
Maria, I have a question for you on the teacher end.
Yeah.
That brings me to history books. So when we grew up, we got a new history book, and one came out every so often, and we lug these things around in backpacks, lockers. So obviously today that's changed. So when they update history and books, how does that presented to the children today? Is it something that's updated often, not often? Or is it spontaneous, like updated like the internet all the time?
I can't speak to that because I don't teach history. So that's
I mean, just books in general, or you teach math, right?
No, English.
I'm sorry, English. So
yeah.
Okay, so how often do things like that get updated, like your books, or does time
our
change?
books? Our books have not. We just got a new curriculum, and we've been using it for. Well, I say new, but I think we've had this one for 8, 9, 10, 11, 4 years. And they have not changed anything within the book. And we were told,
it's because publishing is so expensive, right?
Oh yeah. No, it actually is. It actually is.
Oh, I know.
We were told that, we wouldn't be getting, like, the book wouldn't be changing at all until we're up for, like, adoption of a new textbook and curriculum in general. So it isn't like and we have an online curriculum where they can actually, like, the publisher could go in and swap out outdated articles or whatever, but they don't for language arts, for English. For history, I don't know, because they have their own curriculum, and that's their world. And in middle school, it's a very, like, departmentalized type of thing. It's like math doesn't mix with language arts, and social studies doesn't mix with art. Like, it's just very weird. We're very isolated like that. We're on our own islands. So I don't know. I don't know how, like, they do. I know for our school, we have up until a certain time period. But I don't know the current, like where the current date
Okay.
ends. So I don't know.
Yeah, being history is so fluent, I guess, and they keep wanting to change history. That's what made me think about that.
Right.
I'm
Yeah,
curious.
no, I don't, I
Very
don't
curious
know.
on that. Yeah. So okay, well that actually gives me hope, honestly, when you're saying that it's not like changed consistently all the time and presented out that way. So that's cool.
Right.
I
Right.
like that. Thank you. Yeah.
That's funny. Brian says some guy named Victor writes the history books, is what I've been told.
Yeah.
Yep. Yep. In history, the victors do write history. That's a good one.
Yeah. Thanks,
And
Brian.
Love it.
I feel like this should be mentioned today. Zach says it's National Cheese Lovers Day.
Oh,
I
that's
feel like
my
that is.
favorite
I feel
food.
like that's important.
It is important.
Really is.
Thank
Kind
you.
of is. Yes.
Thank you.
We will be celebrating that later.
Oh yeah. I think I'm having cheesy eggs for dinner. I
There
might
you
just have a
go.
grilled cheese by itself.
Oh,
Otherwise
that
known as a
sounds
quesadilla.
Whatever. Quesadilla. Yeah. Whatever I decide to make. So after on podcast night, since it's so late, I come from one job to this. So I work the 10 hours, I come in and I get up here. So it's just whatever's quick and easy to make when we're done.
Yeah, otherwise known as starving nights. So
Yeah,
where can people find you? Where's the best way to find your books? Where can they find you on social media?
my website, because it's like, or my link tree, the link tree.
Okay.
It like gives where I'm at all the time. Like my website, www.mariadougherty.com. Amazon, you want to pick a book? Amazon is always a good spot. They run a lot of deals. Like all of a sudden, one day I'll look and one of my hardcover books is like down to $8. Okay, cool, pick it up, great. And so every now and then they'll do like a flash sale, so you can get some stuff kind of on the cheap.
Yeah. And for everybody listening, if you're on Spotify or Apple, it's Maria De Vivo .com, right? Is that what?
Yep.
Yes, ma'am.
Or Linktree, and that's MariaDeVivo.
Yes.
So that's how you spell that. So, which is very, very Irish. So is there anything else you would, huh?
No, I was just saying my maiden name is very Irish, but
Yes.
I married the Italian.
So your kid is the best of both worlds there.
Yes, that is.
Good for drinking,
Very
eating, and fighting. Alex is asking, have you ever done sci-fi with a romantic subplot?
No,
Not your
sci-fi's
thing,
not my
right?
jam.
Okay.
No, it's horror, dark fantasy.
Okay. And is there anything else you would want to add that we forgot? Did not ask.
No, you
about?
hit everything. You hit up everything.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sure. All right then. Well, make sure you guys go see her in real life if you can. Check her out.
Yeah.
She's fun to talk to too, by the way. So hang out a little bit if you know.
Yes.
if there's not a big line there. So Maria, thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
Thank you for having me.
Appreciate
This was
it.
a lot of fun, and I'm very thankful.
So I am too. Thank you for spending your hour with us. We appreciate it. Hopefully we'll run into you sooner than later.
Yes.
Of course. There's going to be, I am going to try. I'm going to see if I could get in on Friday. Are you going to be on Friday? The Tampa Bay Screams?
Yes. And he was right here. He was here a second ago. Where did he go?
I don't know where
Tampa Bay Screams. Andy
there.
was here for a second ago and he said hi to us. So
Yeah.
Andy, where are you?
Oh, yeah. And Andy, I think I want to come in on Friday night if that's okay.
Yeah, because it's cool. It'll be Friday night and then Saturday day, and then everybody has Mother's Day off. And I think it's funny because it's called Bring Your Mummy.
Bring your mummy.
Yeah, I like
I
mummy.
love that.
Yeah, and it's close by. So
A horror convention. Oh, there he is.
back.
Yay.
Yeah.
Yeah, Andy, I want to come Friday. Make me come Friday.
Yes, we want her to come Friday. We want to hang out.
Yes, definitely. Let's have a party.
Cool.
So, and one last question. Alex is asking if you have any appearances in Tampa in the near future, and Andy says he'll write to you.
Cool. Awesome, Andy. Thank you. Yes. So Tampa, Oh gosh, my head. Scare Dice. It is the last weekend of February. It's February 27, 28, and March 1st at the fairgrounds. That's the
St.
big
Pete?
horror.
Or is that Tampa?
No. Tampa, the Tampa
Okay.
Fairgrounds. Big horror convention. So I will have a booth, probably a corner with my buddy Steve Altier.
Mhm.
And I always do Scare Dice because that's Thanks,
Okay.
Angie.
And apparently she will also be on Tampa Bay Screams in, what is that? Is that Oldsmar or Hillsborough right there on Friday night for Mother's Day weekend?
It says
Wow.
North Tampa. What do you call it?
Awesome.
Cool.
See, you're kind of getting the best of both worlds, but yet you're not violating the husband contract.
Exactly.
Well,
fair deal, right?
Well, give your family much love, and thank you for being here.
Thank you so much, guys, for having me. I appreciate it.
Everybody,
I
look
see
her
some-
up. Oh, Instagram. Go to her. Your Instagram. Do you have Instagram?
I do. It's just Author De Vivo.
Author De Vivo. Okay, Alex.
Vivo. Yes.
All right. Cool.
All right, cool.
Well, you guys have a great night. We will not be live next week, but we are going to put a new show up for you.
Yes.
At least I don't think we will be. If I have anything to do with it, we'll try and be live. But because I'm supposed to be in North Carolina in the mountains, and I looked at the temperature there, and it's 3. The temperature's 3.
You think she's cold now? Holy shit!
3.
Sorry.
With a high of
just saying.
13. 3. These are not Celsius. This is Fahrenheit.
And there's no heat there.
In an unheated house. It's got
Yeah.
like 2 plug-in radiators. I'm just like, oh my God. Like I don't think I can handle that. And then the dogs too. I'm like,
I
I
know.
don't
Look at her.
know.
She's like,
I don't know if this is the time to do that.
I'm sorry.
So
Anyway,
we may not be live next week. It
We'll
might
be
be
thinking of
pre-recorded,
you,
or
April,
we
if
might
you're
be
there.
live if I get my way. So, and
Yes.
Kimberly, thank you for stopping in and saying hi. So,
yeah. Thanks.
either
Kimberly.
way, see you next Tuesday.
Mhm.
And Maria, thank you for being here. Mwah. We appreciate you.
Thank you,
All
guys.
right, everybody. We pecked Flex off, so
Yes,
feel free to peck
well.
Flex with us.
That's
I can't do that.
Are you
I
sure?
can do that.
right. Yeah,
All right. Thanks, you guys, for being here. We love you. We love you. Thank you for joining us. Feel free to share us anywhere, or you can come join me over on patreon.com, April Hunter. I did just add a couple of new posts for my patrons, some aftermath at WrestleCade. I told the Sting story too.
Oh, nice. All right.
Yes.
And
And
enjoy that. Get
some
on
other
there,
things,
check it out.
videos and pictures. So I did add some things up there. So mwah. See you guys next Tuesday. Gosh, that never gets old.